you cannot read it. It's bad. That's Dr. Mario, but I cannot read that at all. What's going on, guys? So in this video, we're going to be seeing what happens when you play your Nintendo Switch on a CRT TV. So just a quick background. If you don't know what a CRT TV is, basically it's old technology, low resolution, makes a high-pitched noise when you turn the TV on, versus, nowadays we play on 4K TVs, 1080p TVs, HD TVs, whatever you want to call them. If you haven't seen my PS5 and my Xbox Series X video on this, go ahead and check those out on the screen right now. But basically just a little rundown on how we're going to do this. So as you guys probably know, the Nintendo Switch has an HDMI output. Like I said, you can either play it on the screen itself or you can play it on a TV monitor or whatever. This is a 4K monitor, but the Nintendo Switch only puts out 1080p, and on the screen itself only does 720p. But basically, we're going to do the HDMI port to this HDMI port, and then from here it converts it into this AV output. So you got one output for video, one for audio, and then we'll see it on our CRT TV. So basically what we're going to do is get a quick look at the screen here, then a quick look at the TV, and then we'll go and look at the CRT TV. Alright guys, so here's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I had to turn off my light so it didn't glare so much, but we're just going to get a little baseline test, nothing fancy, and we're going to see how it looks. Alright guys, so here it is on Bowser right now, playing with one hand, so it's not going to look any good, but just a little comparison. I mean, it looks pretty good on the Switch. I mean, it's a small screen, so you can't really tell due to the low resolution. It's not a big deal. Again, it's only 720p, which is pretty low compared to today's standards, but the CRT TV is definitely going to be worse, but doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and go over to the TV and get a quick comparison as well. Alright, so over on our TV now, it looks a little bit better because it is 1080p and a larger screen. And don't worry, I know I'm doing a handheld right now, but later in the video, at the end of the video, I'm going to try to do basically some video on a tripod to give you some legit looks at this. And it's not going to be perfect. I mean, I'm filming a TV with a camera, which is never ideal, but it's really the best we got in this situation. But as you can see, looks pretty good. Not bad, 1080p, not 4K, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and plug into our CRT TV and see what that looks like. Alright, so like I said, plug my HDMI cord from the Switch to this thing. This thing converts to my AV right here. Let's go ahead and turn on this TV and just get ready for the static. I mean, it's bad, and it'll hurt your ears, especially mine. Alright guys, we're on a tripod now, and we got that nice classic static. My TV finally finished doing its thing. I got a channel select button down here that I believe I pressed to get to the other input. We're about to see, and we're going to see how this thing looks. Ooh, okay, so it actually doesn't look too bad right here on the home screen. Let's just kind of scroll around some and look at it. Let's see what we can read. So you're taking a look at the whole TV, kind of a few feet away from the TV. We can read all this: collection, local wireless, news, options, help, which is actually better than it was on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Those, I couldn't read hardly anything on those, but to be honest, some of this text is not too bad. So if you look at the very bottom, it says battle with up to 8 fighters. I can read that pretty well. Let's try to smash and see what we can see here. So got my random setups here, and then of course, yeah, we can read the names here. Let's just do a random. Actually, let's pick one that's stable and maybe pretty detailed. All right, so we're on the fighter screen now, and this is the true test. You got some tiny text here, and guys, I'm right next to the camera, not even looking through the camera. I'm just looking at it, and I can barely read any of these names. Like Dark Pit, you can read it down in the bottom left, but on the actual screen, oh man, you cannot read it. It's bad. That's Dr. Mario, but I cannot read that at all. Pikachu or Pichu, cannot read any of these. So I'm looking around, and I think the best one or the easiest one I can read is Lucas, just because of the contrast of his background and the lettering. But man, he can't read hardly anything. I wanted to add some additional fighters, but honestly I couldn't remember how to, and I forgot to point out that it was cutting off like half the screen in the corners. But it actually honestly does not look too bad right here. Of course, you can't really read you can't read the text in the bottom. You can't read my name. You can't read the a CPU's name. You can kind of see how much stock you have left. I have 3 stock, but you can't really see it. It's just so small. Alright guys, so I got the volume up now so you can hear at least the sound effects. I don't have the music on because obviously I don't want to get in trouble with Nintendo. So yeah, just looking around, I mean, like I said, can't see the stuff at the bottom. You can see what's going on the screen pretty well though. Like, it's not bad at all. It honestly feels like I'm playing a GameCube game. It feels like I'm playing Super Smash Bros. On the GameCube. Just from the resolution and the feel of it and everything. I don't know if the text was actually this hard to read back then on the GameCube and PS2 and whatever consoles you play on CRT TVs, but it's not the best. Let's go to the pause menu real quick and see if I can read this stuff. So you got resume, camera to control, move list, connect controller, quit, and again it's cutting off part of the screen. I'm not sure if I can resize. I can probably resize the screen in the Switch home screen somehow to fix that. Let me try that real quick. Alright, yep, so there is an adjust screen size button, but it's going to make my screen even smaller. As you can see, oh, so that's actually pretty interesting. You probably can't tell from the angle you're at, but down here on the right side, well, let's just say, so up here on the left, bottom left, and top right, I'm actually not to the corner of the screen yet, but bottom right, I am past the corner of the screen, so it's not really centered on the TV. That's really interesting. It's actually crooked. I think you can see on the screen, or on the camera right now, but that's odd. And now I can see the whole screen, but it's crooked, and it doesn't look that great. You can actually mess with the TV resolution. I don't really see much difference in text there, whether I put 480p or 1080p. Actually, 1080p definitely looks better. So I guess it's downscaling 1080p to 480p or whatever this TV does. But oh, this home screen, especially once I reduce the image size, that's bad. You can read the stuff at the bottom, but it's pretty jumbled up. Doesn't look so great. Man, yeah. So I reduced everything, so you can actually see the whole screen now, but the text is even worse. Yeah. So here on this screen where you're selecting, you can't read anything now. I mean, you can scroll over and obviously read it in the bottom left-hand corner, but that's how you add members. So I was saying this earlier, I couldn't figure out how to add members because this part was off the screen. Alright, so I forgot to add the other 6 characters, so we're just back to square one with 2 characters. But I mean, I think you guys get the picture. This thing doesn't look great, but I mean, honestly, once you're in a game like this, it's not bad. I mean, as long as you played Smash before, you know what you're looking at, it's not so bad. If you're trying to read the character names and stuff and you never play Smash, you're done for. You're not going to figure out anything. It's just impossible to read the text. I can't imagine a text-based game. You know, like, actually a lot of Nintendo games are pretty text-based where you have pop-ups and stuff like Pokemon where you're reading a lot of stuff on the screen. I can't imagine those games are easy to play on a CRT TV. It kind of brings in a nostalgia factor, though. I don't know, it might be kind of fun to play with your friends on a CRT TV on the Switch. Play some Smash Bros. I don't know. Alright, so I actually have this little device that lets you split HDMI signals and actually duplicate them. So I have my HDMI cable coming from the Switch to both my CRT TV and my monitor, and man, you can just tell the difference. Look how crisp that looks. Obviously it doesn't take up the whole screen right now because I reduced the image size, but just right here, I mean, it's even hard to film just because of the the camera does not jive with the CRT TV as well as it does with the monitor. But just look how crisp that is. You can see everything really nice and crisp and easy. I know I've said crisp like 8 times now, but it just is crisp, and especially when you compare it to this, you can hardly see what's going on here. Especially, I mean, if you're like a foot away, it's not too bad, but once you're more than like a foot away, it's pretty bad. Alright guys, so that's probably going to be the end of me talking. I'm going to show some more CRT TV gameplay with some other games though, so stay tuned if you want to see that. But yeah, if you want to peace out, then that's fine too. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, and make sure to stick around if you want to see some more games. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I also want to show you guys my new website. So it's just jrobgaming.com. It's not launched yet, but you can put your email address in and you'll know as soon as it launches. But basically, instead of reselling all my consoles and games and accessories on eBay, I'm going to be selling them directly to you guys. I also got some merch as well. Got one profile picture sticker up here so far. But yeah, make sure to go to jrobgaming.com and put your email in and you'll know as soon as it launches.